Konnichiwa, my anime gamers, Jeremiah, the anime boy here, and welcome back to Genshin Impact. Today guys, I'm with my anime friend, Eric.
Hello there.
So today guys, we are both gonna do a mission where we're going to build our house. And maybe the dang sim, maybe. So, game starter! So the mission we're doing is called A Teapot to Call Home, Part 1. Talk to Madam Ping. You could be this fight.
The crisis is looming over Liyue Harbor has calmed. Fuck, I can't talk. I'm so sorry. And it's business as usual in the city. However, Madam Ping, the flower admirer from Yujing Terrace, seems to have something more to discuss with you.
Madam Ping, it's been a while since I last seen you.
Children, come. You've arrived at just the right moment. I've been looking for you.
Where is it, Grandma?
Oh, what is it, Granny? Need any help?
Oh, no. You've done so much for Liyue Harbor already. I could hardly ask for more. In fact, my old friends and I have been putting our heads together to think of what sort of gift we might give you in return.
Oh?
A gift? For Paimon?
You only did as I should.
Oh, child, you are so very modest. Uncommonly so, even. But you mustn't decline this gift. I simply won't allow it. When you traversed my old teapot in search of the cleansing bell, I heard your little friend mention that you often camp out in the wilds. That simply won't do. Especially since I imagine you have a very long journey ahead of you. Fortunately, I have not yet grown so old as to see my subspace creation abilities atrophy.
What's subspace creation?
Oh, did my friends never mention that to you? Well then, it is a blessing we old folks once received from Rex Lapis, part of our illumination, if you will. I will not go into too much detail, but subspace creation is the ability to create a small, autonomous pocket world. The teapot that you entered previously was a little trinket created using that ability.
A trinket, you say?
So, in the eyes of an adeptus, creating a magic teapot world is just child's play, huh?
Oh, indeed, the teapot is nothing to boast of. One such as myself must depart from this realm to create a world of one's own. Rex Lapis, on the other hand, moved mountains and seas. That is what one might call an exercise of true power. But that's enough nostalgia for now. The gift that I have prepared for you just requires a few final materials to add the finishing touch.
I can help you look for them.
That's right! Finding stuff's what we're good at, after all.
Oh, settle down, children. There's no need for you to go running hither and thither. I have already found a fleet-footed youngster to prepare what I need.
I fell.
What's more, I doubt that you would know how to find the materials I am searching for. Some of them are very rare indeed these days.
And what are those, if I may ask?
Well, for starters, I require some shimmer soil from the banks of Dihua Marsh. Back in the day, it could only be found where the glazed lilies thrived most profusely. You would have to dig downward, following the roots of the glazed lilies, and if you were lucky enough, you just might find a small patch of shimmer soil there. But almost no one has been able to find shimmer soil in this manner since Dihua Marsh came to be the way it is today. Even more difficult to find is Smaragdus jadeite, which must be chiseled from the rock of the chasm. Or so it used to be. Ever since the Blackcliff Forge opened for business, they've slowly but surely stripped the mines all but completely bare of it. In any case, Smaragdus jadeite is an adepti treasure, and the adeptal power within is not something that most humans can withstand. Extended
has to be got
contact
two
with
bows.
it is in fact harmful to humans. Goodness knows.
Oh, I need a pickaxe!
child
Don't
will
forget, I'm
succeed
going to
in
survive with
finding
no
these
pickaxe. I'm
items.
leaving.
Who's this child?
Well, since you're an Adeptus, Granny, the person you asked for help, they
I have a
must be an
$10.
Adeptus too, right?
Yes, I suppose she does count as an adeptus.
She counts? How come there are so many Adepti in Liyue Harbor? We seem to bump into them all the time. It feels like even when you go out to eat, you could be sitting next to an Adeptus and never even know it.
Oh, maybe so. Who can say? A fair few of my old friends are rather fond of mundane mortal life, after all.
I'm back, Granny.
Oh my god, it's her! No!
I don't believe we've met.
Why look at the eyes though?
Allow me to do the honors. This child here is YANFEI. The one
Oh!
helping run some errands for me. YANFEI, I believe you already heard of the traveler. And
Oh my god! I might wish for her. It's a maybe.
Of course, who hasn't? Much has been written about you in the Millilith's records. You became one of Liyue's most wanted after the Millilith marked you as a
I didn't even look
suspect
at you.
following the incident at the Rite of Dissension.
I did get flamed.
After which, you fought off the Millilith at Julian Karst and made contact with the Fatui, before finally defeating an ancient god together with Granny and her associates, and subsequently being cleared
Oh,
of
okay,
any
no,
all
nice
suspicion
job.
by the Chising. What a shame.
Shame?
A shame that we didn't meet sooner. If we had.
I actually wish we did.
Well, I can't say that I would have been
Can I
able
do
to
it
clear
now?
you of
Totally
suspicion
doesn't have the same
immediately,
hair as you.
but it's
Leave me
certainly
alone.
been less, embarrassing for you. Allow me to introduce myself once more. I'm YANFEI, a legal advisor. Got a legal problem? You can come right to me.
Like drugs?
Oh, yes. Here's my business card. You'll find it has my contact details and...
I didn't even look at
address.
you.
Keep it handy.
You're not looking at my hair, my dude.
I
Look, I'm about to die.
just looked.
I have an
Can you
urgent
go away,
issue.
please?
Just leave me a
Holy
note
shit.
at this address.
Shoot.
Oh, and I almost forgot to mention,
I need to eat.
I offer a very generous discount for first-time customers.
All
Just
right,
like hotel.
YANFEI, all right.
Dude, you forgot
Let's get to
splash
business at hand.
of healing. No, I'm fine. I can
You are
eat. I
in
can eat.
dire need of legal assistance at the moment.
I didn't even look at you. I didn't even look at you.
YANFEI. She's always been like this. Ever the
I
talkative
need it.
one when it comes to her own affairs.
Are you really Adeptus?
Paimon was gonna ask the same question. You seem really different from the ones we've met before. An Adeptus? I guess. Kinda. My old man said he was one anyway. He
Oh, yeah.
mentioned that he once campaigned with the Rex
Uh-oh.
Lapis
I
for
thought
a
that
long
was
old time. And then after that was all over, he went back and married my mom. They had me, and once I was all grown up, the two of them upped and left on a journey, leaving me with Granny here.
Okay.
Well, that's a bit
Oh, this is
casual.
wild, because I'm wild.
Aren't you guys supposed to sign solemn
I can stand
contracts
here.
to protect Liyue Harbor and all that stuff? What do you mean he just went back to
That was
get
dangerous,
married?
honestly.
Well, my dad did say that he talked it through with Rex Lapis and that he was fine with it. Even contributed towards the wedding gift, apparently. Anyway, let's not dwell on that too much.
I didn't even look
So,
at you.
Granny, I've gotten a hold of most of the stuff you asked for,
just
except for
counting down for now.
Smaragdus Jadeite. I couldn't find any at all.
Hmm?
The chasm's been sealed off,
Dude, I know
and there's
this.
just no way in. Couldn't secure any documentation either.
Well, I can just use my phone and
Looks like the
this,
Ministry
but-
of Civil Affairs is serious about keeping it strictly locked down.
You just hit me up
Is
with it already.
that so? But Smaragdus Jadeite is really rather essential. YANFEI, are you sure you can't find some other way? They have helped Liyue greatly after all. It is only right that they are duly rewarded.
I know, Granny, you've told me 1,000 times already.
Just waste
Well,
my time.
the chasm's definitely a no-go, but there's still a chance we can figure out some alternative means of procurement. Hold on a moment.
Oh.
Let me have a look.
Ooh, little buck.
Oh, that's a really thick book. What kind of things do you write in there? Commercial consultancy. Or Snezhnaya. Ah, found him.
I found a porn book.
A Snezhnayan merchant who once came to me with some legal queries on certain articles in the legal codices. If my memory serves, all of them had to do with rare ores. He mentioned that he was considering acquiring some Smaragdus Jadeite to make hairpins, and wanted to know if there were any
no
legal
blocks.
ramifications that he should be aware of. Said he was planning to sell them in Snezhnaya.
Use this for
So,
blocks.
I guess I'll go look for him. With any luck, he'll have gotten his hands on some Smaragdus Jadeite, or might have an idea of where we can find some.
We'll come with you.
Oh, you want to join me?
Uh-oh.
I suppose
need to
that's
eat.
no
Oh,
problem. But it's best if you just stand by and watch. If you try to get involved, you'll only risk placing yourself in legal jeopardy.
Sounds true.
An adeptus imploring
guy's a
us to
bitch.
avoid incurring legal liability. That's the first cure.
need
Best we be a little more careful than usual while we're with her.
I'm dreaming.
Jaslon, jeez. So I'm gonna talk to this guy. Jaslon. Who is this guy?
Hello, Mr. Crossell. How's business been?
Oh, good,
There's a
very
file
good.
behind you.
All thanks to your advice, Miss YANFEI. What brings you here today?
Okay, the Enderman's mad at you.
I was simply doing my job. Now,
Take a sword out, take a
that the
sword.
last time we met, you mentioned that you were looking to source some Smaragdus
What?
Jadeite to make hairpins.
What? He stopped
Have there
chasing
been any
false
further
sign.
developments on this front?
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, in the end I did acquire a small piece of
Dude,
stone
get out of there! Get
to a pair of hairpins. Miss YANFEI,
Oh, I forgot.
might I
to
presume
keep
that
it.
you have an interest in the hairpins? I must apologize, I've already rented them out to a lady named Zhao. If you'd like to inspect them, you
There's no wall,
may
okay.
have to wait quite some time.
Wait, isn't Smaragdus Jadeite really rare? Aren't you worried about the hairpins getting damaged or lost while they're being rented out?
No, I'm not worried in the slightest, because I signed a contract with Ms. Zhao before renting them to her. The contract makes it quite clear that if she loses or damages the item in question, she must compensate me for its full original value. In return, I included a clause that guarantees the Smaragdus Jadeite is genuine, with a penalty of 10 times the item's value payable by me to Ms. Zhao in the event that it is shown to be a fake.
No, Iguchi is there.
Guaranteed genuine, with 10 times the value payable if this claim is shown to be false. Yes, these terms are very clear indeed.
Of course. This way, both the client and I have the assurance.
You looked at it. You
To
looked
ensure
at it. You
fairness,
looked at it.
Each
You
of us has
looked at
retained
it.
an original copy of the contract.
In that case, might you know where Miss Zhao lives? We'd like to pay her a visit and have a look at the hairpins.
Oh, of course. She wrote her address down when we signed our contract. Here, I'll mark it on your map.
Get your wall bucket out.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Crossell. We'll be off now.
Let's go. I'm talking to a woman.
But I'm for the
Mike,
inside.
gotta be careful.
Whatever shall I do?
Excuse me, are you Jean-Kyo?
Yes, that's me.
You're a water student,
Is
by
there
the way.
something I can help you with?
Oh,
How do you do,
don't I
Mr.
get hit
Chow?
off.
We understand
You
from
use it in
Mr.
a
Crossell
pool.
that you
You get
recently
hit
rented
off.
a pair of hairpins from him. My associates and I are very interested in them. Would you mind letting us take a look at them?
The hairpins. I can't lend them to you right now. I've lost
You can
them.
only
I didn't
What?
know how it would have happened. I always kept them right by my
Oh.
side, and I hadn't even worn them.
You walked off. You walked off.
What is your sensitivity?
If I
What's that
understood
mean?
the original value,
How about arm breaking?
there's no way I could
too
come up with
fast.
that amount of money on such short notice.
Why do you need them in the first place?
My family is in the ore business too, but business has been suffering ever since the chasm was sealed off. We now have a backlog of paid-up orders just sitting around, so we've been having to purchase some stock from other ore merchants to complete them. A big banquet is coming up in a few days, and several ore merchants I know of will be there. I need this opportunity to mingle and discuss prices. That's what the hairpins were for, to keep up appearances. I can't have them looking down on me. But now that I've lost the hairpins, what will I do?
Why does Paimon have
Jumping
a
to him,
sudden
there's a lot.
sense of deja vu?
Hey, because this is the part where we say we can help.
Aren't you really? I sent a commission to the Adventurers Guild, but I haven't heard anything back from them yet.
Hold on. Don't run off looking for the hairpins just yet.
Do you have any
Miss
blocks?
Zhao,
Good.
Would you let me have a look at the rental contract you signed?
Huh? Well, I mean, sure, I have it right here. Here you are.
Let me see.
Oh shit, this is illegal.
That's right! YANFEI said she's a legal advisor, didn't she? Maybe she can help Zhao somehow. true.
Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out.
Win-win solution.
I'm not a fucking idiot.
Right. I finished reading the contract.
Give me a second.
The terms are very clear, and they do indeed stipulate that you must pay Mr. Crosso the original value of the hairpins as compensation for the loss.
I'm not trying to laugh.
The
Just trying to
contract
laugh
also
right now.
expressly states that the amount of compensation must take current market prices into account. And given the rarity of Smaragdus jadeite, I fear that the final amount of compensation may end up being significantly higher as a result.
Even higher.
I see what you do.
Uh-oh.
Give me
Chicho looks like she's about to faint. However, all of this is assuming that it is indeed genuine Smaragdus jadeite that was inlaid into the hairpins. Did you really have to pause before saying that part? Anyway, the hairpins are lost, so how exactly would we be able to find out if the jadeite is genuine or not? Whichever way you look at it, we've got to start by finding those hairpins. Except that if we found the hairpins, there wouldn't be any need to check whether the jadeite is genuine, would there? Seems right.
Don't trouble yourselves over this. The fact is, I lost the item and I should pay compensation per the contract.
It's such of money though.
However much it is, I have to pay it. My family are merchants after all. It's vital that we keep our word and respect our contracts. Now that it's come to this, I really should Crossel in the dark
You can use the bandit to attack. You go into
I'll
create
go and
mode.
inform him of the issue and then negotiate the amount of compensation.
Dang.
Yes, legally speaking, it seems this is the most sensible course of action. But before that, I have some questions about the hairpins. So hold on a moment, Mr. Chow. When you first touched the hairpins, what did you feel?
What did I feel?
Keep on order.
I remember that the gemstones set into the pins were perfectly smooth to the touch, like the finest quality jade. My family has seen much jade pass through its hands in the past, so I am quite certain of my judgment in this matter.
Smooth to the touch. Quality jade.
Is something the matter?
No, it's nothing. I just need to re-examine a few things. Let's head over to Mr. Crossel's.
Mr. Crossel? Oh, this dumbass.
People are in the fire pits out of my fucking asshole. Fucking whore.
Miss YANFEI, you've returned. With Miss Jiqiao and tow, too, I see. How are the hairpins? I trust you're quite satisfied with them?
About that.
So the way to the loss of the hairpin to Crossel.
He just his mouth is not open. He just walked it. Oh, no, his
Are
mouth
you
is open.
serious? Do you have any
He just
idea
teleport
how
up to you.
expensive they were?
No, he can't.
I'm sorry. Truly,
Why is he glitching out like that?
I'll pay the compensation as per the
Oh,
contract.
you only have an end pull.
It lasts
Maybe it hits you off. Maybe you're gonna pull it down.
Do you have any idea what I had to go through to get my hands on that Smaragdus jadeite? I just don't... Forget it. Talking won't bring them back. Since Miss YANFEI is here, I suppose we can just have her estimate the amount that needs to be paid.
No problem. But before I can give an official estimate, I'll need to do a little market research. Ah, yes, and if I may just confirm again, it was in fact genuine Smaragdus jadeite inlaid into the hairpins, correct?
Of course. Genuine article guaranteed. I pay back 10 times the value.
I'm gonna suck
Alright,
my dick.
understood.
I don't care.
I'll conduct some market research, and once I'm back, I'll provide an
Get your
official
blocks, Ricky, get your blocks,
assessment
Ricky.
of the sum owed by Mr. Chow in compensation.
I don't care.
Please wait here, Mr. Crossel.
This is almost.
Thank you very much.
I didn't fucking look at
She
you,
used my
cunt.
hairpins. She better pay every
fucking
last
this.
more that they're worth.
I can hear you.
Looks like I'll have to find some way to raise that money.
Aww.
Please wait, Mr. Chow.
Please.
I have something to discuss
Stop.
with you.
Why can't you pop out?
It's not convenient
How strong
to
is the
speak to you,
Enderman?
so
You look
let's
at the
find somewhere
Enderman
where we
too.
can sit and talk in more detail.
Ooh, in secret. So we'll talk right here? Well, Sean Lee usually stays in.
Fuck you, Mr. Enderman.
Miss YANFEI, what is this about? Are you here to tell me how much I owe?
Fucking
But I
whore.
wanted
Go
to talk
away,
about this.
you cunt.
There is a
Fuck
chance
you
that
all.
the ore inlaid on those hairpins
No, no.
may not be Smaragdus
I'm
jadeite
killing
after all.
myself.
Not somebody's JD? Really?
What do you mean? Are you
Actually, the end of
found them? Obviously
the end
not.
has
I'm no
water
adventurer,
under
let
you.
alone a member of the guild. I don't run thankless, time-consuming errands for a living. Let's just say I made some deductions.
Go away.
I don't know if Granny told you this, But Smaragdus
Just kill the
Jade
Ender
is
Dragon.
found deep underground and contains very concentrated elemental energy.
Dang.
If mere mortals come into contact with it, well, they'll be sick in the best case. And in the worst case, they could even experience a dramatic change of personality. It most certainly would not be smooth to the touch. Mr. Chow, did you at any time feel unwell while the hairpins were in your possession?
No, not at all. I felt perfectly fine the whole time. Not even the slightest bit unwell. I didn't feel anything special at all, in fact.
Now that is strange. I noticed earlier that there were elemental traces in Mr. Crossel's vicinity. If I have deduced correctly, he may still have the Smaragdus Jadeite in his possession.
If that's the case, we should go confront him right now and expose his dirty scam right to his face!
He was sus the whole time?
Absolutely not. If we were to
That doesn't
confront
look-
him now, there's no way he would
Wait, that-
admit to it.
Okay, that's why he's
Eventually,
that.
he would find some argument to compel us to leave. And then, he'd throw the Smaragdus Jadeite into the sea the moment we were gone. After that, he would simply insist that Mr. Chow pay up per the contract. He would lose nothing. Meanwhile, we would have to look
I'm gonna go now
every
and when he's
step
up
of the
the
way, hoping and praying that the hairpins do actually
I'm not
still
going to do
exist
this.
somewhere in
Wanna
this
know why?
world.
A very villain description.
So then
Wait,
the
just sword you said?
pilot thinks it might be
Yes, I'm going to
experience
use my sword.
talking.
Wanna know why?
Oh, it certainly
Because if I
is.
try looking
I've
up the
seen my
stupid
fair share of
Enderman, things that
situations
I'm
like
gonna
this, and brute force methods are
think that I
certainly one
looked
way
at.
of resolving them. Fortunately, I have far more
How many
elegant
blocks?
solutions at my disposal. I'll share them with you in due course.
Well then,
I don't have it.
since you're so experienced in dealing with problems like this, perhaps you could help me, Miss YANFEI.
Oh, that won't be a problem. But first, Mr. Chow, could I ask you to please sign this contract?
Huh? Does there have to be a contract for everything? Can't even keep track.
If I had one more for every time I hear the word contract.
Feels like YANFEI is even more concerned with them than a certain someone else we know.
These are my formal
You say-
terms of engagement. Everything prior to now has just been pro bono advice. But for me to investigate any further, I require a written contract. Any work commissioned but not bound by a contract cannot be relied upon.
I understand. Then I will be glad to place this matter into your capable hands if you will take it, Miss YANFEI.
No problem. Just sign here. And I'll sign too. Okay. Now I'll write your address here. And
Paimon, you okay?
as well.
Jeez.
And I'll also need your signatures on pages 1
Oh.
and on the last page.
Paimon don't look okay.
Use this ink pad to make a handprint over here.
Jeez.
Contract has so many pages. That's all out of brain juice again.
Paimon's all confused, guys. Such in the old world.
Alright, that should do it. My
Well,
fees are the
cool.
same as always, and they're written in the contract. Have a look through and let me know if you have any questions.
I've had a read through. Everything checks out.
Well then, here's your copy of the contract. I will retain the other copy.
Need me to do anything?
Not for now, no. Despite how intractable
What do
this
you wanna
problem
do?
might sound,
No.
it will actually
Oh,
be
I
quite
wanna try to get the
straightforward to
egg.
resolve, once we've got some things squared away. I don't
No,
believe
if
you have
no,
been
I'm
part of an
going to.
investigation like this before, in which case, hopefully this should
Oh.
be quite the experience.
Miss YANFEI, I have to ask, why are you helping me?
Because you're
Are
useless.
you trying to spawn back in
Because,
the...
as it happens,
Yes.
I'm
Dragon?
currently trying to acquire some Smaragdus Jadeite myself. I noticed
I
strong
have no idea.
traces of geo-energy.
That's how you do
in
it!
Mr. Crossel.
Yep.
So perhaps he has, in fact.
So that's
secured
how
something.
Dream lost.
Whether
That's how
he
Dream
actually made it
lost.
into an item of
So wait,
jewelry
are they
or not
hacking?
is a separate matter.
Okay,
But either way,
Wait, how about the...
as
they're
long as we
making-
follow it, who knows?
remaking the
Might
thing.
just be able to get our
Okay,
hands
So we
on
get
some
innocent
Smaragdus Jadeite.
XPs.
Also,
So,
the idea of someone abusing
in
the
order
laws
to
to their
you to
advantage,
make end
I won't
crystals,
stand
you
for it.
need...
But again,
Get the gas
let's
thing
not
and
dwell on
glass.
this. Let's go
Yes.
to. Where can we find someone who processes ore?
I want to try to dream
I've
this
got
now.
it.
See how it goes.
Let's pay a visit to Chateau. The
No.
boss.
Wait, would that be 2 eggs? I can't make like
He's
a billion eggs.
professional when it comes to working with stone and ore.
Wait, I want to dream it
Mr.
though.
Crossel has
I'm
ore
really
work done
fucking
and all.
dreaming it.
Chateau would undoubtedly
Wait,
have been his
they were
first
just
choice.
broken.
Let's go.
Why, hello there, honored customers. Welcome to. Oh, it's you, Miss YANFEI. Is something the matter? Surely not more spurious claims that my jade betting is rigged and no one can ever win. Oh, I swear on all that is sacred.
No, nothing of the sort. Has a Snezhnine merchant named Crossel enlisted your ore processing services recently by any chance?
A Snezhnayan merchant named Crossel, you say? I do remember that. He brought me a piece of ore,
What?
claiming that it was Smaragdus jadeite. That was the first
Exactly
time
what?
I'd ever encountered it, so I had no way of telling if it was really Smaragdus jadeite or not. But if a customer insists, far be it from me to
Wait, is that the boy dragon then?
He was quite generous
The
with his
what?
money
The dad.
too, so I didn't give it too much thought. I processed the ore as per his request.
Do you have any leftover debris from your work on it?
Why, yes. It was my first time encountering this ore, after all, so I kept a few loose shavings to study myself later. They're right over there, in fact.
Thank you, sir. We'll take a look at them.
So that
If
right
you jump
there,
like
let's take a
this,
little
back and
observe.
forth, You can do double damage.
Try your luck betting on Jay?
Oh, Hitler?
If my eyes don't deceive me,
No,
cross sections and patterning suggest that
I don't like that.
these are Smaragdus
Oh, I just did
nephrite
this.
shavings.
Smuggler's Nephrith?
Yes.
Oh, come on! Come on!
Is it especially valuable? It's used to make jewelry all the time. I've heard it said that Smaragdus nephrite is in fact the outer layer of Smaragdus
Hey,
jadeite.
wait,
Though
go,
no
wait,
one's
oh,
ever proved
get
it.
your bow out, get your bow out.
Thin layer of separation.
Oh,
If
bow,
you
no!
yourself, try examining these shavings for
I mean,
traces of
nonsense.
elemental energy. Smaragdus nephrite
Bonus!
is an entirely ordinary
This is actually
ore,
bow.
containing
The
no
boner
elemental
cat.
energy whatsoever.
Is that so? Well, we might as well give elemental sight a shot. So, did you find anything?
What the?
Oh,
Not
it
just
is-
for elemental
it-
energy.
It is
They
fucking
really
pussy.
are different.
Wait, is that a brother girl? You
You'll be
hear her?
able to tell what it was
Pete.
just by looking at the charts.
Oh, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this?
There's
What?
nothing special to it. It just so happens that I've come across a great
You're not
many
getting the
things in my
feeling.
time.
Why couldn't you tell them apart?
These two stones actually look very similar. Someone without a deep understanding of them would find it very difficult to tell them apart. There may be only a subtle difference for the casual viewer, but that translates to an astronomical difference in terms of the
Why are you guys in the same
And
spot?
I'm sure the significant difference in
Drink
the
mostly hits the head. That's triple
Alright,
damage.
let's focus
Oh,
on
it's the same
We're
thing.
going off on a tangent.
But never mind, sure.
Yes, I look.
Why would
I'm a
Mr.
psycho.
Crossel?
You said you can do this to the getaway.
Unusual actions
I don't
have
believe
unusual
it.
reasons behind them.
That's not like
Let's take some of these shavings back to Chateau.
Okay, back to you, dude.
Hey.
Miss Yanfei?
It's like a 1 in 5th chance, I think,
Inquire,
to get.
If you could just confirm for me once more, sir. Mr. Crossel did indeed claim that the ore he brought to your store
The floor's
was in
not
fact
flat, so it's not
Smaragdus
gonna
jadeite, did he not?
yes, that's
You took me
right.
3 times, you took me
I
1
still have
time.
a record of the job with me, in fact.
Yeah, 1 time.
Here, it says quite clearly, 1 chunk Smaragdus jadeite, uncut.
Then I have no further questions. But could I borrow the processing
Oh,
record
damn,
and these
there's
stone
no egg.
shavings?
Of course.
Venus going crazy onto
But
the egg.
might I ask,
Wait, can you spawn the end again?
You know.
Oh, I have
Wait, no.
reasons.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes. Please sign
Just
your
end.
certificate. This document shall serve as signed proof
You
that
cheated.
these stone shavings originated from the
cheated. What the
ore
fuck?
that Mr. Crossel
It
brought to your
loads.
store. Please read
Also, if you go to that. Oh, but you might know this already. I'm not saying it. If you break those things, you can't see.
I know. Miss Yanfei.
How about the wings?
I know. Might I know
You bob.
the
I know.
nature of the incident on this occasion?
find a tower
I wouldn't say there's been an incident, just a
Fine,
minor
boat.
issue. Thank you, sir. I'll take
Yeah.
this with me.
Yeah.
This hard evidence to
Do you have
back
set
us
I
up.
know?
Crossel was
Fuck.
On the contrary, this is far from sufficient to build a case. We need to find something a little more compelling.
Because you do
Let's
know
make
what
jewelry
haven't
with
even
the
eat one of those
professional
things.
jewelsmith.
I have
Let me think.
eaten one of these.
Hmm.
When I know what they do, they teleport.
Nope.
You okay, you two?
That's it's like that. It's like that.
Got it. Sinxie. She often helps people to find a jewelsmith.
Look at it.
Let's go pay her a visit.
Diameter.
Ooh.
Look at it.
quick. How can you know so many people?
Because lots of people
People.
come to me for legal advice every day.
Heavily.
As you know, Liyue Harbor is the city of contracts. And contracts, well,
So
I
that's
should say
tricky,
laws, are very important to us. But the amendments made by the Tianquan to our laws are unnecessarily complicated.
I did one before my friend.
It just seems like they're hard to understand and impossible to finish.
Come
As
on, I
such,
found
legal
stuff.
advice
It's on the ground. Look at this. Look
You
at
sound
this.
surprised.
Look.
Knowing the law inside out
This
is
is-
the legal
this is
advisor's bread
creepy.
and butter, you know?
Is this how Adepti became
this.
so adepted
This is
at
creepy.
everything?
Oh, this has
The
nothing to do with
black
being an
void.
adeptus. I
That.
just like reading things.
Hmm.
I
And
almost
with
lost.
that casual tone. Well, that's that then. Let's go look for Cece.
I haven't done doing this mission. I remember you. I'm taking a shot, by the way.
I missed. You go now.
Oh, Miss Yanfei, it's
I
you.
missed.
Has something happened?
You have to land it now.
Did the client from last time...
Have no further trouble from then on?
And then
Yes, of
I
course.
flip again.
I'm just here to ask you a few
Oh.
questions. Has a merchant
Oh.
by the name
Oh.
of Russell asked you to put him in contact with the jewel thief recently?
Russell. Yes, I remember him. He's a merchant from Snezhnaya,
No! No! No!
For something he called Smaragdus Jadeite. The design of the...
Oh, you gonna slap someone in the face. Okay, how about this flip? Imagine I made that. Imagine I made that.
To the job. Eventually, I found an older jewelsmith
no.
who made them exactly according to his specifications. This order was on hold for a very long time.
He did stuff on me, so I had to do stuff on you.
Quite recently, which is why I remember it so well.
Doesn't seem like there's any evidence to be found here. Miss Cece.
What?
Oh my god.
Once more.
What did you do wrong?
Commissioned you to find a
I could see her thighs from the... What?
Did he not assert that the material he presented to you that day was called Smaragdus Jadeite?
Anime culture. This is cats. Anime titties.
Yes.
Anime thighs.
Yes, I'm sure of it.
Okay, your turn.
The hairpins were made using many expensive materials.
Oh, it got landed. How you supposed to copy that? How are you supposed to copy that?
Ministry
Oh,
of Civil Affairs.
this should look insane.
Russell wasn't really familiar with the necessary
Okay.
procedures.
I'm gonna do like
so
this
I
and try to
filed
land
it
it.
on his behalf. I also kept a copy for my own records.
I suck too, so don't.
The item is called
Oh, you told me to land it. You told me to land it. Oh, you didn't tell me to land
Gemstone
it.
is recorded as Smaragdus Jadeite.
Land it.
The document even has the official seal of the ministry on it.
Tall
Thank you,
thing.
Cece.
Tall
Now,
people.
could you let me borrow this document?
Sure.
I'm trying to get like a double flip. I'm trying to get like a double flip.
I take it then that
Like.
there's been some more trouble?
Nothing you need to worry about.
Oh, that was about to land, but you stopped
As soon
it.
as I'm done with it.
A double flip.
What was everyone's first reaction?
This is how I
Always
land
to
it.
assume someone or something is in trouble.
Must be a natural of legal
I'm
facilities.
calculating.
I believe we have almost all the evidence we need. We just need to make one last trip.
My guys are off the floor, making noise. Hold the news because I hear this.
Basu?
Weirdo with the snake
We're
around
not
his
gonna
neck?
make it.
What do you want to
That's
speak to
my
him for?
evidence.
Because only
If-
he can provide evidence.
This floor's not even flat, so it's not gonna be a cat. One yellow land, one land.
Once we have this final piece of evidence in our hands, we can wrap this case up.
Oh my god,
that's
I
the
can
wall.
see Chi-Chi. Is Chi-Chi here? Please tell me she is. I don't see my freak zombie child.
My, to what do I owe the pleasure? Though I'm afraid that if you're looking for our little Chi-Chi, she's out gathering herbs.
Aww.
Look at this
If it
thing.
isn't Miss
It's really
Yenfei
hard.
as well, that's even rarer. Business brings you.
I'm doing soft ones, because
Some charlatan
I'm really
peddling
strong.
ineffectual
I am
medicines
too.
again, no doubt.
Nope.
No. I'm here this time to ask if you're familiar with Smaragdus Jadeite.
Uh-oh.
Smaragdus Jadeite? Why, yes, there is some information about it included in the 6th commentary on the 7 Mountain Treatises.
I just hit on
The
the...
7 Mountain Treatises states that this substance springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains and will bring disaster to any mere mortals who touch it. It is abundant in elemental energy, so if someone would
I want to do a double flip so bad.
for a prolonged period,
Oh, you need to slap me.
scenario, they fall ill.
Sorry.
Worst case scenario, they'll suffer.
I don't understand why people, when you get slapped, you have to close your eyes and block.
Anyway, I'm sure you didn't come all this way just to chit-chat. Knowing you, Yanfei, and given the specific nature of the question, I suppose that you're about to ask me to write an official affidavit attesting to the pharmaceutical
I landed it twice.
Smaragdus
Wait, landed. Oh.
That is indeed the case. If you would be so kind, Dr. Baiju.
The floor.
It's just a single document.
The floor.
Won't take
I'll do
you
a
long.
backwards flip.
I would mention, though, that you are not the only one who's
Is it
developed
even
a
possible to flip
curiosity for
backwards?
Smaragdus.
My back is starting to hurt. I'm slouching.
Merchant came to ask me about it not long ago. But after I gave him my reply, his expression shifted to one of remarkable disappointment. I wonder...
I don't understand. I don't understand.
They didn't make one of these things.
This might be related to the
I did it on purpose.
Did you notice a slapping contest?
You needn't concern
Where
yourself
people
about that,
literally
Dr.
slap the
Raiju.
hell out of each other?
Thank you for penning
You just cheat, like pretend you're gonna slap someone, and after that you call in your claws, like boom. And that's what.
No, you get disqualified for that.
Do you have it?
To like rev
But
up
you
almost.
guys,
It's
really
Russian
different.
slap fighting.
Is it just timing?
I understand.
But it's also really
I
fucking-
understand.
It's also really
It's a sex
Maybe,
film.
Paimon.
You guys
No,
has always
it's
been like that.
it's not.
I know what you're talking about.
Happy.
No,
I saw on
Rush-
YouTube.
Find
Rush-
Mr. Crossel.
That dumbass? We are back, you dumbass. I hate you.
You've been
I really hate
talking
you.
about you mean Charlie, right?
Miss Yanfei, have you finished your investigation?
Okay.
You mean Charlie, right?
No.
Penguin
Position
Zero.
to assess the compensation.
Oh, that person's okay.
Yes.
Don't
My
pay attention, just keep
investigation
talking.
is indeed concluded.
Hi.
I can now provide a final figure for
Hi.
the
Improv.
amount payable.
Hi.
Wonderful. Well,
Improv.
please, could you do the honors, Miss Yanfei?
Of course.
Wait, I'm lost.
According to the stipulations of the contract, Mr. Crossel,
Look at the
you
TV.
must pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original.
At least the disc isn't there.
price and more.
Sure. Wait, what?
If you let him that, I'm dead.
Surely there's been some kind of mistake, Miss Yanfei.
Nope, you've been sus.
Not at all. According to my investigations and the
Let's not
material
try to be
evidence
insane.
that we gathered, the substance
do
claimed to be
insane one
Smaragdus
on the
jadeite
roof.
that's been laid within this Smaragdus
No,
jadeite
not laying hands on my bed. It's gonna bounce a lot, that's why.
Chow was, in fact, Smaragdus nephrite. Now, the contract states
Ow.
very clearly that
finger.
10 times the price
Could I do that if I
of
did
the
you make stuff
article
in the
cannot be
Period.
genuine. Accordingly, you are
We're not even
liable
letting
for
it anymore.
which is payable to Mr. Chow Imura.
That just landed and just failed.
What
Let's do it.
material evidence? Why, Miss Yanfei, you cannot frame me like this.
Oh, he knows.
It's a huge sum to obtain that Smaragdus jadeite, and yet you claim that the ore inlaid on the hairpins is somehow fake. I demand to see your evidence.
Indeed. Only a testimony from an expert witness involved in the processing of the ore.
Oh, he's been called out.
Authoritative assessment of whether it is genuine. Traveler, please produce the evidence in question.
Show the evidence from the Jade Mystery.
This is a processing record from the Jade
Uh-oh,
Mystery,
stinky poo.
along with stone samples and an
Uh-oh,
affidavit
stinky
signed
poo.
by the business
Uh-oh,
owner
stinky
Chateau.
Seriously? Even the boss there couldn't differentiate between Smaragdus jadeite and Smaragdus nephrite. How does this prove anything?
Use my left
In
hand.
any
That's my
case,
favorite.
Smaragdus nephrite is the outer layer of Smaragdus jadeite. So I had him cut away the nephrite. He returned the valuable jadeite core to me, and some nephrite samples remain in the
I'm not left-handed. Why am I using my left hand?
Exactly.
That's an unsubstantiated belief.
Well, your
Insane.
claim that my ore is fake is just as unsubstantiated. And we are here to talk about evidence, aren't we?
I was planning to go on there, but it didn't
But it
happen.
didn't convict him at all.
Okay.
Like he came prepared. What should we do
Oh,
next?
land on this.
Hard evidence. Something legally
Okay.
binding. We have
No.
just the thing. Show him, Traveler.
Ooh, about show the evidence from Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Come on.
It's not fully
I
straight.
have the backup copy of the
Doesn't matter,
document
you
from the
can still
Ministry
make
of Civil Affairs. The one
That
we got
doesn't
from
count.
Sinxi and Mixing Jewelry.
Oh, okay, never mind. Show the evidence from the Mixed Jewelry.
This has no strings.
This document proves that my hairpins are
count.
the real deal, doesn't it? This is the Ministry's
Doesn't count.
seal, after all. It shows that the
1,
ore
2, 3,
laid on the
4.
pin is indeed Smaragdus
Doesn't count.
jadeite.
The second piece of evidence didn't work either. This guy's getting more belligerent by the second. You know, you could
That was a touch.
perhaps the hairpins are the real deal after
Wait,
all.
is it?
Ooh,
All the evidence shown supports my story.
Which I would pay
Well,
for some.
hang on a moment
It's
now,
like I'm clapping
because I do
something.
recall one final piece of evidence that we haven't revealed yet. Traveler, would you do the honors? This shall serve as decisive proof of our case.
Try to flip it and try to land it.
What's this?
Smaragdus jadeite springs forth from
on
stone
the
marrow
edge.
within the mountains and will bring disaster
No!
to any
Okay.
mere mortals
I was thinking about like flipping and trying to
sustained
land it.
contact with Smaragdus jadeite over a prolonged period.
Hit that cap. No, I'm gonna
Serious
lose.
cases.
Are you trying to cap it? It's not gonna.
While in
It's
serious
always possible. I
cases,
forgot about
the
that.
patient may suffer a dramatic change of personality and
If it
fall
bounced
seriously ill. Mr. Crossel, were you aware of these peculiar properties of Smaragdus jadeite?
It's good on the wall because it was just nothing.
I had no idea.
No idea, you said.
Oh.
I guessed as much. But for you to have rented out such a dangerous...
My hands
Don't do that. No.
This falls outside the
Ah,
scope and that of the Ministry of Civil Affairs. However, I'm sure that the Ministry will be relatively
My
lenient
unfortunately,
considering that, like you say, you were ignorant of the danger you posed. Don't worry, Mr. Crossel. Crossel. I will make sure that all the evidence presented here will be handed over to the Ministry. I trust that you'll...
Oh my god, wait, land it on it and then see if I can land it.
Wait!
Oh no!
Oh, so you
Okay,
do?
redo that.
Oh,
A trick shot begins here.
But if
A
you
trick
lose
shot
one,
begins here.
it's dangerous property
Trick
for
shot
one
begins
man.
here. That's the TV.
No!
Okay. So, what trick shot? Land it on here.
Aren't actually.
Aren't actually in the genuine
You do that?
Smaragdus Jedi. Is that what you were about to say? You do understand, Mr. Crossel, that this means that you will have to pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original price.
That's the wall.
Dang.
That's the.
Your answer
Hey
is
Wally, how you doing?
undeniable.
Damn it. How about you do it? I'm not that good in this.
She's intimidating right now. It's like she's a different person.
Again,
Yeah.
that's Lee custody for you.
I admit it. I've been
I did too.
The ore I had laid on those hairpins was Smaragdus Nephrite. I'm a victim in all of this too. I invested a great deal of time and money into acquiring that small amount of Smaragdus
Do perfect, but with noobs.
in the hopes of turning it into a piece
Is that
of
land?
jewelry that would fetch a fine price.
Oh,
I love you here.
And carrying it around
Try to
for
pump the ground.
I started to feel
It's gonna be really hard to do this.
I couldn't stand
It'll be worth it.
eat a single bite.
It just landed on the edge. If I just did it like this, it should have worked.
To get myself checked out. Only
It just landed. I just ruined everything.
Wow.
But how did I let all that money go to waste? That's why I had another pair of hairpins made from Smaragdus Nephrite,
Bottle.
which is
Bottle.
almost indistinguishable from Smaragdus Jadeite. I kept the real Smaragdus Jadeite.
Oh shit! I'm a cannon. You better watch out. Oh no. Oh, I did before. Okay. No.
Which is why
play
I
ping
only
pong.
dared to rent them
I don't have
and
one for
sell
you.
them. And then to
I mean,
top
like,
it all off,
yeah.
Oh, good.
so what did you change? Charles incurred such an extremely retail price.
Exactly. If they weren't a real deal, why'd you make her pay so much?
I didn't want to either. When I purchased that Smaragdus Jadeite, some of my business partners found out. I knew they'd be watching closely to see how much I could make off it. If word got out that I sold a pair of fake hairpins, then my days in this line of business would be over.
Alright, let's cut
Yeah,
the
Mark,
heels
look at
phase right there. I failed any of this has on your
I don't know what the themes is.
client. According to the contract, you must pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original price and more.
No.
10 times.
Get a bag, I'm guessing?
He's gonna edit this. He's gonna edit it.
He's begging. Wait, what?
For me, according to my contract with Mr. Chow,
Okay, I'm
that sum will go to me.
Percent? That's as much as I spent on that Smaragdus Jadeite.
There's no need. It's fine. You don't have to pay me that much more. Even if the Smaragdus Jadeite on those hairpins was fake,
Fine, I
still
didn't
bear
do it.
responsibility for losing it. Legally or not, I think I owe some compensation for that.
Mr. Chow, you...
However, Mr. Crossel, since you have no use for that chunk of Smaragdus Jadeite, why don't you give it to me instead? I'll consider us even.
But I... Alright then. This cursed rock's brought me enough grief as it is.
Miss YANFEI, I'll turn the Smaragdus Jadeite over to you. I trust that it will suffice as remuneration.
Well, that's not quite how the rules say this should go. But whatever, it'll do.
Thanks so much for your help this time, Miss YANFEI. When you have the time, I'll be sure to visit and express my thanks more appropriately.
Oh, come on. No need to stand on ceremony. Now, if I may confirm this again, Mr. Chow, have you and Mr. Crossel come to an understanding?
Well, yes,
Well then, Mr. Crossel, it seems that my client has no further claims against you.
Is that so? That's good.
actually, Mr. Crossel, I'd like to talk business for a second if I may. I could see from the hairpins you produce that you're very skilled in jewelry design. My family, on the other hand, works in the ore business, and we have a fair stock of fine ores. If we could join forces, your jewelry designs and our choice ores, I think we could do some fine business between us.
Let me think for a moment.
People would say no, but I don't know.
Well, that's that. And we've got the Smaragdus Jadeite my granny wants too. All's well that ends well, eh?
Yes, though there was some twists and turns along the way.
Exactly. Usually when someone tells us they've lost something, we end up searching all over the place for it. But this time, you managed to solve the problem with just a big stack of documents. Even though the solution didn't involve actually finding the hairpins.
The right solution depends on your perspective on the problem. The objective of my client, Mr. Chow, was to reduce her liability to pay compensation. So, rather than looking high and low for some hairpins, proving that the rented item was nowhere near worth what the vendor had claimed it to be was the more efficient solution.
Can't say I ever met an adeptus like you before.
An adeptus. Speaking of, you took part in that battle, didn't you? In which case, you would have heard what Granny said. Liyue Harbor is now a city ruled by humans.
Yes.
The title of adeptus means precious little to me compared to my job as a legal advisor. In any case, don't you think that the Liyue Harbor of today needs legal consultancy far more than it needs adeptal powers?
Paimon can think of someone who would definitely disagree with your reasoning.
I think there's more than just reason involved here, Paimon.
Well, since we got what we came for, it's time to pay Granny a visit. I bet she's been on tenterhooks for a while now.
Oh god, please be done. Hey, Granny. It's been a while.
Ah, you've returned. How did it go? Were you able to find this miraculous jadeite?
We were, thanks to YANFEI.
Good, good. Then we have all the materials we need.
Well, if we're all set, Granny, I'll get going now. Got a ton of clients waiting for me back at the office.
Oh, you. All right then. Go see to your business. Granny should be able to handle the rest.
I'm off then. Bye! Oh yes, Traveler, make sure you don't lose the business card I gave you.
I want a hug.
Looking into the laws of other nations as well. If you should ever bump into any trouble with the law, come find me directly. Regulars get discounts too.
Calm down, child. Are you leaving or are you not? If you have no wish to leave, perhaps you'd like to help me clean my teapot.
I'm leaving! I'm leaving!
No, hugs! Hugs!
That child. Goodness knows where she learned to be so rambunctious. Her father was hardly so riotous or fond of talking nonsense back in the day when he stood beside Rex Lapis.
A truly unique adeptus.
Indeed she is. Liyue has changed, and the Adepti must also learn to change. YANFEI might be overly careless, but she is also the most intimately acquainted with the city among us all. Liyue is not the same place I once knew.
Granny.
All right then. Let us speak of this no more. Back on topic. I believe that I still owe you a little gift.
What is it?
Oh, Paimon's so excited! How is it made?
And how long does it take?
It is but a simple. It shan't take long at all. Just wait here for a moment.
Madam Ping, begin to construct the gift.
There we go. This serenity pot is all yours.
What the fuck is this?
Hold it firmly. If you were to drop it, oh goodness, who knows what might happen.
Let's get a break.
Take these blueprints with you as well. You'll need them if you wish to make your teapot a little more lively inside.
Thanks, Granny.
Wait a minute, Granny! How exactly are we supposed to use this teapot?
Oh, you needn't worry about that. I've already arranged for a certain little helper to await you within this teapot. She will explain everything you need to know about it.
Ooh.
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Well, unlock. Unlock Mega Tip also single pot contains another realm within. Is there a house? That's the place for a teapot.
I'm just gonna look so I wanna see what.
Enter the teapot. I could select a house I wanted? Which one? How about you pick?
Okay,
How about you
okay.
pick?
Since loading Adobe.
Okay. Do you wish to sit to the bottom? Yes. Can I change or is this one? There we go. Okay.
Go with the ping-pong
It's even
table.
bigger inside the Madam Ping's. There's even a great big house in the middle too.
That's my house.
There's a
Wow.
whole lot of nothing around.
Get clearly, Paimon. You could cover the whole house out of a walk.
I can't do that. Well, you're the one with the sword anyway. You do. Still, why is it so
I'm gonna
empty
trick my
here?
ping pong. Wall trick shot.
Oh,
No, that's not a trick shot.
Wait, who was that? Excuse me.
Yeah, that's
Who
fair.
the fuck are you? A
Yeah,
Pokemon
please.
character?
well, it seems
My phone! That's definitely a
go?
trick shot.
That's
Can I
cool.
play like this? Ping pong table and stuff.
I am a teapot spirit, and you may call
That might be hard because you can barely see it.
Hang on a moment.
Let's play pass.
Again.
You're a
Let's
bitch.
play pass. Oh, that's gonna be Sojima.
Call me. I suppose
Lol. Let's try it out. It might be easier.
Tubby.
Tubby. You suddenly look like.
I was aiming your head, but I guess I did. On my own. Okay.
Madam Ping? You must mean Ping.
It's gonna be easy for you because that's bigger than mine. Oh god. Oh god.
You may
Oh
leave
gaga.
matters regarding the
Oh no.
this realm to me. Your journey
I do
far
suck.
from over. But
Okay, I'll do a juke then.
you will not want to come
Oh, I hit the ball, so it's gonna go.
So what's teapot spirit exactly?
Though it is the Adepti who create realms such as this, they generally do not have the time of day to attend to the banal matter of their maintenance. Thus, we teapot spirits were created to help guard their realms and manage their affairs.
How am I?
Butler, if you will. Now, allow me to explain this realm to you. Have you any blueprints on you? Specifically, blueprints with beautiful rooms, chairs, and the like.
Why can't you take a dookie? Because I got my shield under your ass.
You can refashion this realm however you please.
Okay, that's a joke. Big volleyball time. I can't do it. Go ahead.
Alright. Is that out?
Yes,
I don't know if there's a break, so I'm gonna put it like this.
I'm talking about.
Try catching it.
Open them up. Just commit the image of the object to memory. Write the necessary
If I have muscle, it'll be easy.
your mind on the object in the blueprint
Don't spin
will
it.
appear within
Okay,
this
just
teapot.
not. My shield, if it breaks, I'm just gonna get a new one.
We
I do have hot glue.
stay inside, couldn't we?
Your thing is more bigger, so it's easier for you.
A golden-eyed adeptus explained this to me.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
I'm joking. Now let's just
Even
play
though
catch.
subspace creation is a
Did I actually juke you right there?
power,
Oh shit.
that has its limits. This world is not a
Ping pong was its catch.
wall. It provides merely a
I'm trying to juke you, jeez.
from the realm, not a means of escaping it.
My wallpaper.
A golden-eyed adeptus?
Your charger too.
I need to charge it to charge my phone. Oh my god.
For myself. What's more, I have never seen an adeptus again since.
How very strange.
Well, let's not dwell
Okay.
on that. Have a look around.
Okay, I'm gonna stop doing that now. Oh my god.
If there's anything you would like
Also-
to ask, just look for me.
I do like this.
Alright.
I can show you because you have it.
Not gonna read. Tap to open the placement screen.
Which is just a trick.
Ooh, I'm gonna accept anyways. I don't wanna read. I'm too tired to read anything. Dang, this is my house with a big. Dang. I could forge?
This is what?
But don't I need. I could forge this by myself? I actually go. I can't.
Look at that bounce.
If it lets me go up, I wanna see my house. I wanna go. Let me go up with crunching.
Nothing happens.
Oh wait, I think Palm's gonna stop
Are you
me.
tired?
I am not sure. I'll keep going. Trust Wink. So what is that exactly? Hold on. Oh what? What?
Let me.
There's a lot of Power Gems. Oh, I could buy more stuff, but I'm gonna do it off camera. But I'm gonna end the video here. Sayonara, everyone.
Farewell!